Yo, YouTube, what's up with your boy, Sports and Fitness Rants? I'm back, guys. Click that like button. Subscribe to my channel. What's up, y'all? Welcome back, guys. Welcome back, man. Got another great video for you guys today. As usual, man, you guys know the deal on this channel. It's all about setting the record straight, stopping the lies, stopping the narratives, stopping them from rewriting history, guys. And in this video, we're going to continue with what I talked about in another video and this page that I saw on Instagram that had the lists of skills, right? Hall of Fame skills. So they were saying if the Hall of Fame, was based off of just skills, like if every skill had a Hall of Fame, then, this is what the list would look like they had, right? And they had first ballot Hall of Famers and second ballot Hall of Famers based off of a certain skill. Now, I did a video talking about the dunking, right? LeBron James and Kobe Bryant. They had LeBron James in the first ballot Hall of Fame, Kobe Bryant second ballot Hall of Fame as far as dunking. So they're saying that LeBron James is a great dunker than Kobe Bryant. We talked about that nonsense. Well, in this one, I went over to shooting, and they had James Harden above Michael Jordan as far as shooting. So on the list of Hall of Fame shooting, they had Steph Curry as the greatest shooter of all time. They had the big picture of him. And then they had the picture of first ballot Hall of Famers. And in that list, guys, they had a bunch of faces there. And then they had Michael Jordan in the second ballot Hall of Famers, guys. Second ballot Hall of Famers as far as shooting goes. Now, I've told you guys many times, to me, Michael Jordan's a great shooter of all time. But according to these people in NBA debates, Michael Jordan's the second ballot Hall of Famers. But okay, but when I read of the guys that are in the first ballot Hall of Fame list, guys, then once again exposed, it doesn't make any sense. They're talking about, they said shooting, guys. They did not say three-point shooting. So I want you to think about this when we go through this list. All right, so according to them, James Harden's a greater shooter than Michael Jordan, guys. And we're going to laugh about this list, man. And I want to thank you guys, everyone across the world, everyone across the states has been supporting my channel. Once again, guys, I am truly humbled by all support, man. It really means a lot, guys. It really does, man. Much respect to all you guys that come through the live streams. Like I said, donate to the channel. You leave your emails in the comments. Thank you, guys, for real, man. Real recognize real. And you guys know what to do, man. Turn the volume all the way up. Hit that play button. Remember, these videos are for educational purposes. And let's roll. So, yes, guys, like I said, man, I wanted to do a continuation from the video I did earlier when I talked about the LeBron James, Kobe Bryant, and the dunking, right? They had LeBron James as a first ballot Hall of Famer for dunking. They had Kobe Bryant in the second ballot Hall of Fame for dunking. Now, this is all from a website called NBA Debates on Instagram. And like I said, they have thousands of followers on their page. And they came up with a bunch of lists, right? And what they're saying is that, what if the NBA had a Hall of Fame for each skill, right? So instead of just being a basketball Hall of Fame, what if they had a basketball Hall of Fame and every skill was its own Hall of Fame? So like I mentioned in the other video, right? Dunking, they had a Hall of Fame for dunking. The first ballot Hall of Famers, second ballot Hall of Famers, right? They had rebounding, first ballot Hall of Famers, second ballot Hall of Famers, right? They had scoring, first ballot Hall of Famers, second ballot Hall of Famers. Passing, first ballot Hall of Famers, second ballot Hall of Famers. You guys get where I'm going with this, how this goes. Then they had a shooting one. Now, what they're saying here is all the people that are first ballot Hall of Famers, these are the greatest shooters, greatest passers, greatest dunkers, rebounders, scorers. This is what they're saying. That group of first ballot Hall of Famers, these are the greatest players in that one aspect of basketball, right? Whatever the skill was, these are the greatest players according to them. And then the second ballot Hall of Famers, right, or underneath them, not as great as them, they're the next tier of guys. All right, I think we all can get this, understand this. So like I said, in this one, they had shooting. And I'm looking at the list of shooters, and I'm looking at the list of shooters, and I'm looking at the list of shooters. And once again, these people don't seem to get, there's a difference between three-point shooting and just shooting in general. There's a difference here, guys, because shooting does not just constitute three-point shots. Shooting doesn't just mean free throws. Shooting means or encompasses everything to me. In-game scenarios, late-game scenarios, right? In the clutch, what are you going to do shooting the ball wise in these kinds of scenarios? Under pressure, or going against great defenses, great defensive players, right? Like different defensive schemes. Are you still going to be effective going against all these different changes, right? All this different stuff. Are you still going to be effective at that level? Right? Are you going to come through more often than not? To me, shooting encompasses all of this stuff, right? It's not just you standing around the three-point line, just chucking a three like a three-point contest or something like that. That's not shooting. Shooting has to do with a lot of factors. Like I said, what kind of shots can you get off? Do you have a go-to move in the clutch to get a shot off? How are you at making difficult shots or adjusting your shots to get a shot off? So if we think about all that, to me, the list doesn't make any sense, because if I go through the list, to me, it looked like they were coming up with a list of three-point shooters. That's what it seemed like they were focused on. So they had Steph Curry as the top guy. And I've told you guys many times, there's no knock on Steph Curry. Steph Curry, great shooter, man. No doubt about it. We know he can shoot great. Shoot great at the free throw line. Shoot great behind the three-point line. The dude's a great shooter. But if we're talking about the greatest shooter of all time, I told you, give me Michael Jordan all day, every day over Steph Curry. From anywhere on the court, give me Michael Jordan because of the scenarios I just talked about. Right? Late game scenarios, clutch scenarios, right? Having to get your shot off under difficult defenses and scenarios. Michael Jordan, to me, is going to get a shot off more often than not over than Steph Curry is. And like I said, to me, Michael's way more clutch than Steph Curry is. He can adjust his shots more than Steph Curry. To me, he has a better go-to move than Steph Curry. To me, Michael Jordan is just more effective at getting a shot up and making these shots. To me, he's a greater shooter than Steph Curry. If I needed a shot to win a game, I'm not picking Steph Curry or Michael Jordan, guys. So based off of that, he can't be the best shooter of all time. Because if he was, then I would pick him to shoot the ball at the end of the game. But I don't want that. This is not me saying, hey, if I have a three-point contest, who am I going to pick to go through the three-point contest? I'll probably still pick Michael Jordan, but that makes more sense to go with someone like Steph Curry or some of his other names. So now I'm going to read some of the names of the guys that they had as first ballot Hall of Fame shooters over Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan had his second ballot Hall of Fame, guys. So Michael Jordan's now one of the great shooters in NBA's history? He's not. I would have thought, based off of Michael Jordan's overall offensive game, his post game, his go-to move, free throw percentages, the fact that we see him knock down clutch shots time and time again, the way that we see Michael Jordan make difficult shots time and time again, come through in the clutch when it matters most time and time again, Michael Jordan to me is a hands down greatest shooter of all time. I'm going Michael Jordan. All right? But they got him, Michael Jordan, in the second ballot Hall of Famers. To me, Michael Jordan's at least one of the greatest shooters of all time. Even if you want to say he's a great shooter of all time, he's got to be one of the greatest shooters of all time based off all the things I just told you about. Like I said, if you need a shot at the end of a game, who you picking? Who you picking? Michael Jordan's name's going to come up a lot in those kind of scenarios. People might say Larry Bird. They might say Jerry West. They might say Steph Curry. They might say Reggie Miller. They might name some of these guys. I'm going Michael Jordan. Right? They might say Kobe Bryant. I'm going Michael Jordan. So let's listen to this here now. So they think James Harden is a greater shooter than Michael Jordan, guys. So they had James Harden on that list. Steph Curry's on that list. James Harden was on that list. So James Harden's a better shooter than Michael Jordan. Remember, this is shooting. This didn't say three-point shooting. This did not constitute, right? Or say three-point shooting. It said shooting. They had James Harden on the list. Kyle Korver. Kyle Korver's a better shooter than Michael Jordan. Kyle Korver's a better shooter than Michael Jordan, guys. You need a shot at the end of a game. Michael Jordan is not going to take the shot. You're going to take Kyle Korver based off of these guys? Kyle Korver. If Kyle Korver shoot the mid-range like Michael Jordan under pressure, under double teams, in the post? No! Kyle Korver's a spot-up shooter. He ain't breaking guys down to dribble and knocking down fadeaways or knocking down shots. He can't shoot like Jordan. Stop it. They got Kyle Korver on his freaking list. Kyle Korver, great three-point shooter, man. Guy can shoot, but he ain't a better shooter than Michael Jordan, man. Not under those conditions. Let's double-team Kyle Korver for an entire game. Let's put Kyle Korver under that defensive kind of pressure. Let teams start game planning for Kyle Korver. What's he doing out there shooting the ball wise? Not a damn thing, man. Stop it. They had Reggie Miller on that list. I have no problem with Reggie Miller being there. Damian Lillard over Michael Jordan, guys. I don't give a damn how many three-pointers Damian Lillard has shot. I don't give a damn about none of this stuff. I am not picking Damian Lillard to take a shot over Michael Jordan. You want to argue Reggie Miller? I got no problem with that. Damian Lillard? Hell no. Larry Bird? Makes sense. Kobe? I got no problem with Kobe in there. Makes sense. Peja Stojakovic? These are great. Peja Stojakovic, a great shooter, man. No doubt about it. Do you want Peja Stojakovic taking a shot over Michael Jordan at the end of the game? Larry Bird, I can see. Kobe Bryant, I can see. Right? Reggie Miller, I told you, I can see those guys. Peja Stojakovic, Kyle Korver, James Harden. Better shooters than Michael Jordan. Nah, guys. Nope. J.J. Redick. They had J.J. Redick on this damn list. You had the nerve to put J.J. Redick on a Hall of Fame first ballot for shooting in the NBA. J.J. Redick over Michael Jordan shooting the ball was? Shooting. Shooting, not three-point shooting, not spot-up shooting, not three-point contest shooting, not free throw shooting, no, shooting. Give me Michael easily with J.J. Redick. J.J. Redick getting game planned against. He can't score and knock down shots, getting double teamed or any of this kind of stuff. Hand checking all the Michael Jordan was going against, still knocking shots down. Stop it. Knocking down shots going against the Jordan rules. J.J. Redick. Come on, man. Like I said, James Harden on that list. Some other games. I didn't go through all the names, but these are some of the guys that I focused on because to me, what that shows in highlights, they had Ray Allen there, is that this is mostly three-point shooting. You're thinking about three-point shooting. So essentially, these idiots over here in NBA debates are saying the only great shooters are three-point shooters, three-point specialists. Like, is Steve Kerr going to be in the shooting first ballot Hall of Fame over Michael Jordan too? I don't know if he was. I didn't really, like I said, go too hardcore into this stuff. But what are we saying here now? Oh, these guys who can shoot the threes, they're greater shooters than Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan, second ballot Hall of Famer. But like I said, you had Kobe Bryant in the first ballot Hall of Famers. To me, Michael Jordan's a better shooter than these guys. James Harden. James Harden is a greater shooter, a better shooter than Michael Jordan. Whenever it matters most, James Harden ain't making a damn shot. How is he a better shooter than Michael Jordan? This man never makes shots when he's supposed to make them. Yeah, James Harden's a regular season warrior. Great for James Harden in regular season. Where's all of that in the postseason when it matters most? So like I said in the intro, shooting encompasses a lot more than you just knocking down shots, knocking down a three, knocking down some free throws. It's a lot more than your percentages. It's more than that, right? And James Harden's a perfect example of this, man. James Harden could look great for a regular season, but when it comes down to it, where's that shooting when it matters most? It's not there. So like I said, if it comes down to a last-second scenario, and they're telling you that James Harden's a first-ballot Hall of Fame as far as shooting goes, because of whatever the reason they want to give for that, at the end of a game scenario, you're taking James Harden over Michael Jordan? Are you taking any of those guys over Michael Jordan? Some of those guys, yeah, maybe you can debate that. I'm not. But some of those guys, yes, I agree. You can. Because they're like that. Not James Harden. Not Peja Stojakovic. Not Kyle Korver. Like, it just doesn't make any sense, guys. Not Damian Lillard. It's just not like that, guys. It's not. That's just guys three-point shooting you're focused on. Three-point shooters. Great for those guys. If you want to have a separate Hall of Fame list for the three-point shooters and say these are first ballot Hall of Fame three-point shooters and there's a second ballot, great. Michael Jordan probably shouldn't even be on that list because that Michael Jordan wasn't a three-point shooter or a guy who just, was a specialist like that. The man could shoot from anywhere on the court. He can make it rain out there. Remember that. Michael can make it rain out there, guys. These people don't seem to get this. NBA debates. Absolute joke. James Harden is a greater shooter than Michael Jordan. These are the same fools probably that were saying that James Harden's a greater scorer than Michael Jordan. It's laughable, guys. Laughable. James Harden, better shooter than Michael Jordan. In what reality, guys? In what world? There is no world of this. Another weird list. So you have LeBron James as a first ballot Hall of Fame dunker over Kobe Bryant. And then you have James Harden as a first ballot shooter in a Hall of Fame over Michael Jordan. Absolute joke, man. That's why we're here, guys. Set the record straight, man. You guys know the deal, man. I'll catch you guys on the next one.